Hello, Alexander.
Hello, my friend.
Thank you very much for if you don't know him, he's Alexander Northern Deer, Shaman master for more than 20 years organizing retreats, events, amazing experiences with the last purpose to reconnect us with our soul, with our being, and the representation of our soul and our being in this world, which means what we want to do, what we want to manifest. Thank you very much.
Thank you
for
being in this path together. We are we are colleagues, we are walking this path together and we share the knowledge. You also share the knowledge to people, with other people. And this knowledge of truth, how to live your life, is passed from one to the other. Nobody owns it. I got it from somebody else, from my teacher. You got it from me, others take it from you, and we create a chain to help each other climb the mountain of life.
Yes, like this very beautiful chain of love. You give it, and then we give it to everyone.
And the more you give, the more you receive.
The more you own it.
Yes.
This is the beauty of this.
Yes.
So today, or these days specifically, we were working with the masculine energy in this men's retreat in Romania, in these very beautiful and powerful setups in the Carpathians, in the mountains.
Yes.
Thank you very much for all the experiences and you are sharing with us practices that they come from your tradition, from shamanism, from Siberia, from the yoga tradition. They were very powerful practices, and I wanted to ask you some specific questions about what the work that we were doing here during these days in the men's academy, WoW Men's Retreat. And there is something that is very funny for me, because as a man, we like movies. And we watch hero movies, warrior movies, war movies, or movies of people, of men with a lot of power and confidence, businessmen, pioneers. We like this spirit, the spirit of the warrior. We like the challenge. In some level in our being, we are looking for this. However, what I see more and more in society is the opposite in men. More and more doubt, lack of self-confidence, second thoughts, not having the fire and the motivation to go to get what they want. Why this dichotomy? Why this is happening?
The heroes in the movies, or the real heroes in real life, which are represented in the movies, they don't become heroes out of a single moment of some shift in their mind and suddenly they become heroes. Like everything in life, whatever you want to have, you need to cultivate it. And you need to achieve it. Nothing is just existing like this. So if you want to cultivate your talent in music, you need to train with your musical organ, you need to learn music, to dedicate time and effort and energy to it. If you don't do this, you may have talent, you may like music, you may wish to play music, but you will not be able to do it, to express yourself through it. The point is how we can express ourselves through the things that we want. As you say, the majority of people, they have succumbed to receiving this world, the social way of the world, as it is, passively. And if you accept everything passively as how the world is giving to you, you arrive to the result that this energy will take you to. And if you are not satisfied with this result, you cannot simply complain that why this is happening. You have to understand, okay, if I want something else, I have to dedicate myself to it and gradually grow it, like you grow a plant, for example.
Yes. It is like in this society, we don't have easily this path, this wisdom and this knowledge to make it happen. If we allow ourselves to go in the social comfort and the, let's say, the pre-cooked happiness that they are offering us, this part of our being as a man is not expressed.
Yes, the society gives us pills of happiness, pills metaphorically speaking. Like the pill is something that replaces health. You are sick, for example, yes, you take a pill, a medicine to fix you. You don't become healthy, but it fixes the symptoms. So society gives us pills with money, with the exchange of money, to replace the things that you are missing. So you are missing dynamism in your life. Don't worry, stay in your couch and watch a dynamic movie. Play a computer game
you have it in your mind. Right?
Yes, that you play a character which is dynamic while you are eating your chocolate and your cake and your pizza. So your belly and your emotions are satisfied from pleasure point of view, and in your mind you are dreaming, in the movie, in the game, in other addictions, in food, you are dreaming that you are having happiness, that you are becoming somebody. And overall, this is not giving you the permanent state that you want, because you're not living what you really want, you're just dreaming about what you want, and overall you are going down. So the time passes, you grow older, and then you lose overall instead of really gaining. So if let's say you could become a musician, or you can play a computer game that you are a musician and you go to level 100 musician, right? Pushing buttons, like ting, 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 like this. Or you can really master the violin and express yourself through your music and feel amazing. And with a computer game you will feel nice, amazing, because it's a game, and if you like playing games you will like it, but it will not give you...
You will miss the journey.
It will not give you the thing that you want deeper.
Fully,
yes.
In all levels.
It is just if you play it like a game, yes. You can play Monopoly as a game with your friends to enjoy it, but if you think that you become a businessman successful in life because you are successful in Monopoly...
In the Monopoly, yes.
It's not true.
It's a self-denial in some level, lying to ourselves.
This is a metaphor, the Monopoly or the game, with what we generally do in life, yes? We're playing some games like this Monopoly, and it fulfills our need to actually succeed in our life, and we are successful in the game. Yeah. As a game, enjoy it, but don't project yourself there.
That's very, very true. And here in these days, actually, we are trying to build habits and experiences that they go against this habit, social habit of having the experience only in our mind. And the practices we are doing here, they may look a bit intense, extreme for some people.
Some of them, yes.
Yes, and I wanted to share the meaning of this. For example, we are having baths in the ice, in the river, in the cold river. We are having hikes high in the mountain, going, making effort against the snow, against the we need to put effort there. We are walking on the fire, on the coals, which is an ancient shamanic ritual. Why we do these intense practices? How they help us?
Generally inside of us, as men specifically, but also women have this, we have unrealized potential. If you want to become an athlete and reach the highest top of your abilities, your trainer will put you to overcome your limitation. He will give you an exercise that pushes you beyond what you can, so to grow your power. This kind of practices, like entering in the cold water or walking on the coals, ignite inside of us the power that we have hidden to overcome our fear, because we are afraid to enter in the cold water and to walk on the coals. There is existential fear connected with it. If you don't believe it, just try by yourself to walk on the coals, stand in front of them really ready to walk, or decide to go in the snow, in the river, in the frozen river and enter, and you will feel it. It's very clear. Or just go in your bathtub in the winter, open the frozen cold water and try to enter. You see how you will have a fear existential, like your being will be scared, doesn't want to experience this. And so these practices provoke our fear, and by doing the actual thing, you develop a strength of will over your own fear. And the fear, in the end, if you do it for a long time, gradually, your willpower becomes stronger than your fear, so the fear doesn't have power over you. One of the main reasons we don't succeed in life is that our fears and our limitations have power over us.
And we reach this edge in which we experience the fear, and then there are two things may happen. One is we break through, another one is we throw and we compromise what we want to do. And this is helping us to understand how this moment of breakthrough really works in your bones, not theoretically in the mindset only, or in the theory. It's like how really it happens.
You feel it with your flesh, with your own body. And we don't do this simply just throw ourselves in the cold water. There are rituals, preparation, because it is very much linked with the mindset to be able to do all these things. It's how you are tuned. So there are whole rituals to prepare yourself, so to do it for the right purpose, in the right state, and with the right context, so that you have the real outcome that you need to transcend your limitations. And then a magical thing happens. When you do this practice, for something like this, after that, it is like your mind kind of opens for other things, possibilities, because there are many things that we would like to do, but we don't even consider them because we have this kind of personal, rigid mindset that we say, this is who I am, this is what I can do, this is easy for me, normal.
And these are my limits, and they are fixed.
And that's it. The rest things beyond that, I cannot even consider them. But if you overcome a little bit your limit, but seriously, not superficially, so you feel it with your whole body, as we said, then you start realizing, wait a minute, if I can do that, why not pursue this other dream that I had for my life? And it's not just a question, you feel it. You feel suddenly capable.
You are able to do it.
You are able because you have this kind of energy inside of you, this will. And it's all about this. And then you are, gradually by yourself, you turn yourself towards the life you always wanted to live. And you see that actually I can. But it's a gradual thing. You have to develop it like you grow your muscles in the gym. It's not something you do one time and suddenly you are strong.
In my experience, I will share a bit of, because I went through the process, through the practices. When I was looking for them, when I was looking to them from outside, I was scared. How I'm going to jump into how I'm going to walk over the fire, how I'm going to be. And what you said is very true, is that the preparation, the meaning behind why you do it, and what is your psychological state and energetic state when you before doing it, empowers you, and this my experience empowered me to do it without feeling this edge at all. I cross it like hot knife through the butter. I didn't have this because of the setup, the preparation, the energy of the group, and your practices empower me to go through the limit like a knife, a hot knife through the butter.
Actually, to tell you a secret, this preparation is the most important part of the whole thing. It's not just to walk on the coals or jump in the cold water and say I did it, or say to yourself I have done this, or I have done this, or I can do this and that. This preparation, which makes you able to do it, is a preparation that gives you actually some teaching about who you are and why you should do something that you can apply to everything that you really want, because we don't do this just to learn to walk on coals. Nobody has this wish in his life.
You have understanding of who you are, your limits, your fears.
And this is not directly given, but you understand it experientially. That, wait a minute, what made me, like you understand, what made me be able to do something so hard from outside? This process in between, this preparation. And then you can ask yourself, what was this preparation exactly?
How can I bring it to my daily life so I can go through the
You can bring the preparation to anything that scares you, not to walk on the course, but to ask from your boss raise.
To approach a girl, to ask a raise, to make a business investment, like a risky investment that you need to do for your project.
In Shamanism it's called personal power, in Siberian it's called kut, and it is something that everyone should develop because it makes you able to live more strongly in the world.
Yeah, indeed. And I want to ask you about one more thing that I am really impressed and inspired by this. During these days I've seen you helping some participants regarding their relationships with women, with the feminine. And it may sound a bit ironic that you come here to develop your masculine energy, but the truth is that this is actually helping us to understand the feminine, to integrate the feminine, and to enjoy the feminine in our life. Tell us a bit more about how this masculine opened the path to improve and beautify our relationship with women.
Generally, there is this general law. If you are happy, you see also the whole world around you differently. If you, let's say, also in the airplane, they say if you want to help, if there is an emergency, before you put the mask to the person next to you, to the child, you need first to have your own oxygen. in life we are doing the opposite. It's like we don't have our own oxygen and we try to deal with the other first. So in a relationship it means you are not fully owning yourself and you try to own your partner in a way, in a good way, to own yourself in the relationship. The relationship is more difficult and more advanced thing than to live by yourself. Because it's more easy to live on your own than to live together with another, to be dedicated and share a common life. From some external points of view, it may be more easy from the point of view that you share some expenses, but only this. Psychologically, it's more difficult because when you are alone, more or less you can do whatever you like. When you're with somebody else, you have to consider always, you act like in a relationship, you act like one person almost, many times. If you are not able to feel good on your own and have your own realization about what you want before you enter in the relationship, what happens usually is that we ask from our partner to fulfill these gaps. It's like you are entering, one master was saying this example, it's like you are entering a relationship almost like in some areas you are like a beggar, waiting from the other to give you money.
Yes, to behave in such a way, to comply with certain rules,
with
to
certain
tell us certain
desires,
things, and
yes, to accept certain
then we start expecting. Instead of loving unconditionally, we start asking for some.
You should enter a relationship like a rich person, not like a beggar, needing things. The beggar needs, asks, needs. And if somebody gives to this beggar can say, "Oh, I love you, thank you," and be grateful, but only because you received. If you don't receive, you are not thankful so much. The same happens in the relationships. But a person who has already, he doesn't need from the other to give him something to appreciate. He can just appreciate for what you are. He can even give you if he appreciates. And if you have more, you can give. And if the other has more, he can give. And like this, both give on their free will. If they are both beggars though in some areas, they both ask.
And there will be a moment in which there will be conflict because you don't give me what I want. And
when they realize that they both need something from the other and the other doesn't have to give, but he asks more, they start accusing each other. This happens very much in relationships, and this is the point that we are dissatisfied. And this can never be solved because everybody sees it from his own point of view. And from your point of view, you're right, the other cannot give you what you ask. But the other sees from his point of view or her point of view. And it's the same from the other side. No, you don't give me what I want. And you cannot solve this.
So the idea is after this, we develop this masculine power in this camp, we feel fulfilled.
You feel powerful, you feel abundant, you feel, you say more yes easily than no. You don't try to protect anymore yourself. Many times we conflict because we are afraid that we will lose something and we don't have enough for ourselves.
But if we have enough?
If you have enough, you give. This was my experience from when I started my path. After seminars and things that I did that I overcame myself and I was feeling winner and powerful and strong and more fulfilled, if I had a relationship with a woman in this period, I was going back wanting to give to my partner love and time and appreciation and so on. If I was feeling tired, psychological or not so happy, and in this moment my partner would come and ask me for love and so on, I was like frustrated because I needed space and time to figure out why I'm not well by myself. That's how it works.
So this is very important for our relationships to achieve this state of fulfillment for the man by himself, and then we are able to open to have the journey.
Absolutely. And the energy of the masculine is the masculine essence is the ability to be psychologically independent and act by yourself without needing approval,
confirmation.
This is very important.
That's a very bad spirit in society for men. Yes. It's an honor to share this journey with you, and I hope we will have more and more experiences than this, like this one, that they are even a bit scary, but they are always bringing amazing power.
They are powerful and scary. They look only from outside. So if you want I'm talking to you, men, dear friends. If you want to, to get what you really want and to see from inside how beautiful is this experiences,
and from outside too.
And from outside, come and experience it by yourself, and you will take this path to your destination, to fulfill your dreams.
Brotherhood, fire, eyes, love, consciousness. Yes. You will have an amazing experience here.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Alexander. It's an honor, man.
Brother, thank you too. Namaste.
Namaste.